Hey everyone, welcome to Your AI Backpack. I'm excited to introduce you to a series of videos where we'll explore some of the most innovative, pretty cool AI tools out there and how they can make you more productive, more creative, and you know what, hopefully your life easier too. So let's do a sneak peek at the apps I'll be covering. So let's dive in. All right. So the first app is going to be one of two music-based apps. This one's called Suno. It's a tool for music composition. You can generate anything from simple melodies, complex harmonies, and it's all AI-driven. Imagine that you type into a prompt, I want a rock song that takes live instrumentation and gives it a 1960s feel and so forth. And Suno will definitely try to put something together that matches that within minutes. One of the nice things with Suno is when it does create songs for you, it will stagger it. It will start off with what appears to be, let's say, a minute-long track or a minute and a half. And as you keep listening to it, Suno will sense that, okay, if you're listening to the tool more, then I'm going to keep extending it and it'll build it, let's say, into a 2-minute track, or it'll build it into a 4-minute track. In some cases, if you don't like the music that you're hearing, you can actually stop listening to it and it will take that as feedback of maybe it's not the type of sound or the type of rhythm or the type of pace or the type of tone or even instruments or even the singing, the vocals on it may not be what you're looking for, but it at least learns that based on what type of song you asked it to create, if you did not like that particular one, it will try to generate another song. And actually each time you request for it to create a song, it actually does give you two variations of it. So it gives you a good, at least, starting board in terms of trying to see if there's a particular melody or a particular sound that you like more than the other. And you can even split the songs into stems. You can have a version that's the vocals only, and you can have a version that is the music or the instruments only itself. So it's really good in terms of people that are looking to create content that's based on their own customized AI songs. If you're a musician that wants to experiment with the technology and see what AI can produce based on whatever models the Suno team has put together and compare it to what you've been playing yourself. And you know what? You don't necessarily need a studio for it. You're bringing a studio at home with Suno. So it's pretty cool. Something you should definitely give a consideration. Now, the next one I'm going to cover is called Udio, or in some cases it's been called U.io. And when comparing it to Suno, I actually found that if I wanted to try and generate songs in Suno, like the example I gave before, whether it's typed to rock and you want it to be from, let's say, a particular period. In my case, I recently tried to do two types of songs. The first one was a reggae song that had a very vintage feel going back to the early 1960s. And I also like hip hop and rap, so I tried coming up with a hip hop song that mimicked 1994, one of the big years in hip hop music history. A lot of groups first came out at that time. And I found that Udio was actually a lot more accurate in terms of what you put into the prompt and what it's able to produce. What's also nice with Udio is that it gives you the option of creating only a 32-second song first. So you really get a chance to look at a smaller sample, see if it's something that you like. And if you do, you can extend that by either putting more additional song time after that first 30 seconds, or you can put a section before it. You could even put an intro or a closing section for the songs as well. So in a nutshell, Udio has a lot more customization, a lot more controls, and I actually find that I like using it a lot more compared to Suno. Suno I'll use if I want to come up with very quick compositions that can definitely touch a whole lot of different predefined genres and is very easy to use. You can even have customized lyrics with it. Udio can do the same thing, But if you really want to have more options in terms of having your own personal human influence into what the song should become and not leaving it entirely to AI, Udio can do that as well. So we'll have a video that kind of compares both Suno versus Udio, and that'll give you a chance to see which one you may prefer when you get a chance to try it as well. So let's leave the music apps for now, and let's now go into a voice synthesis app. For anyone that's interested in voice technology, we have ElevenLabs. I feel it's a must-have. Essentially, this app lets you create a very lifelike voiceover or AI dialogues. You can do text-to-speech. And what's cool is if you want to take any form of text and immediately have that put into speech or audio, ElevenLabs will have predefined voices that you can select from to see how they sound. But the cooler thing is that you can take an audio recording of your own personal voice and upload it into ElevenLabs, and you essentially have created almost an audio or voice clone model of yourself. So you can load that into ElevenLabs, into your individual account, and then have a text-to-speech of your own voice for whatever purpose that might be. So if you want to have, let's say, an audio avatar, then ElevenLabs enables you to do that. So it's pretty cool. We'll definitely cover that more in another video. So let's now go from the voice synthesis tool to the image specific tool. And this one's called Midjourney. This app uses AI to turn your text prompts into really stunning images and artwork. Whether you're doing a branding project or you're looking for fresh and cutting edge and really unique, innovative visuals for social media, Midjourney is a really good tool that will help in that regard. It can do stylized images, it can do professional quality graphics, and it's with very minimal effort. A lot of different customization that can be done. Some of the prompts that you can put in can be very specific, and even the post-image editing and refinement options are pretty impressive with Midjourney, and we'll definitely cover that more in a future video. Now let's go from image AI tools to video, and now we're going to cover Runway. Video creator or not, there's definitely something to love about RunwayML. The use of AI to simplify video editing tasks, background removal, or adding effects. You can take basically your video content to the next level, and you don't need to be a video editing expert. It is very user friendly. It has a great user interface. As you can see in the capture above here, you can pick a particular category on what you'd want to do with it. You can do text to video. You can actually take an existing video and have AI modify it into whatever type of end effect you're looking for. One cool thing that I've been doing myself is if you upload an image, let's say you take an image from Midjourney, or you take a photo that you've taken in real life, Runway will let you decide that whatever type of video or motion entity you want to put together, that image can either be the starting point for it or the end point for it. So definitely we'll show that more in a later video, but you can do some really cool things in terms of what you want the end effect or the starting effect to be. And Runway does a lot of cool video features to help in that regard. Okay, let's go to Heygen. Now, this tool, if you ever wanted to create your own avatar that is AI powered, this is the one to go with. As an immediate example, Heygen can take a 2-minute clip of yourself on video, let's say a selfie video, and let's say you have that audio model that you put into ElevenLabs. Heygen can take that audio model from ElevenLabs, merge it and synthesize it with the video clone that you put into Heygen, and you essentially have a lifelike avatar of you. And it doesn't necessarily have to be you. If you're not necessarily comfortable with putting your own video and your voice on the internet and with these type of tools, similar to ElevenLabs having a pre-defined selection of voices that you can pick from for text-to-speech, Heygen will also have predefined video avatars that you can use for text to video. And in this case, it's text to video with audio. So Heygen definitely brings that ability forward. You can generate all these dynamic video avatars, use those to deliver engaging content. Definitely good for making tutorials, training, explainer videos, or even interactive storytelling. What's really good with this is that if you're comfortable with the idea of a video avatar and you want to create content, instead of having to take the time to record the video and make sure that it's clean from start to finish, do whatever final editing, and then publish it from there, you can imagine putting a text of whatever script you want to put in, you load it into this tool, and then the tool will automatically create that video, whether it's within minutes or whatever time it might take, instead of you trying to put together, let's say, a 90-minute avatar on training your internal employees or your team and that sort of thing. So definitely taking the power of having an avatar, and it can take whatever you put into a written or prompt script and generate it within a shorter time than actually doing the presentation itself. It's a pretty powerful way to be more efficient in that regard. Okay, let's move on to Airtable. So what the heck is Airtable? It's a pretty versatile tool for managing different types of data. Kind of see it as a spreadsheet or a database hybrid, but it has a lot more flexibility because of the AI features that are built into it. You can be tracking inventory if you're managing a project, if you have a content creation calendar and all the different elements of it that you want to watch for, and just have something that's really handy. And with AI's ability to click through the content, how you want to manage that data and so forth, and have your project being tracked. Airtable is definitely good, and it kind of takes a really, really nice AI enhanced version of a database, and like I said, a spreadsheet altogether. It's very fast, and obviously it's website driven, so it's not necessarily going to have to rely on the speed of your system being able to keep up with all the processing. As long as you have a good internet connection, like with the rest of these tools, you can see that data and mimic it and have AI help you with what you're looking for and have it done in a very quick and short time. So it's really good, especially if you want to have workflows that are done with a database or a spreadsheet or project-based tool. So it's Airtable. It's pretty cool. And later on, you'll actually see how it fits into some of the automation flows with programs such as Make, which is the next one that I'll be talking about. All right, so here is Make. It's definitely one of the most powerful tools that I have in my own backpack. Automation platform can connect a whole bunch of different apps together, automating tasks, workflows. And here's the big part. You don't need to be a software developer or know how to code. As long as you know how to pull together the target apps and what their purpose is, then Make tries to make that process as easy as possible. Definitely a very nice user interface with it. For example, if you have a particular video or an image that you want to put on an Instagram reel or on a YouTube short, you can have Make define a workflow so that you have Google Drive, it's searching for information from the Google Drive, and then it will immediately try to route it, let's say through a ChatGPT customized model that will take that content, have an API to change it into a real friendly format for Instagram, or into a short friendly format for YouTube Shorts, and so forth. So definitely better to show than versus talking about it, but Make is definitely, you almost kind of see it as one of the more kind of flagship automation programs that ties a lot of these other apps together. Really, really powerful tool, and really cool to use, and very easy to understand as well. All right, now we come to the last application, and in fact it's the one that I'm using for this presentation you see here. So this is Gamma. It's an AI-powered presentation app that essentially takes away the burden or hassle of how do you come up with a really stunning and creative and innovative presentation. It even has the ability to help with designing websites for you. All you have to do is put in input on what type of website you want it to be, structure what type of content you want on a particular page, and the same thing with a presentation. What would you want to show as, let's say, your main subject matter, and whether you know the table of contents or the agenda you want to cover or not. If you don't, then Gamma will try to populate it based on its own learning models from before, and even propose to you what it might look like, let's say an outline of the presentation, and you can edit that outline before it goes ahead and generates it from there. So with Gamma, you can definitely focus on your ideas and essentially kind of give the steering wheel to AI to help with the designing, the formatting, the layout, and just make sure that the presentations have a very polished look and it's very professional. It's actually really cool because when you put in what you're trying to create, you're kind of slowly and then quickly seeing Gamma just immediately come up with that presentation before your eyes, and it is something to see. It is absolutely cool, and you definitely get an appreciation for what AI can do, particularly with Gamma. All these apps demonstrate that, but Gamma is really cool, and one of the more recent ones that I've been using from there. Okay, so we're coming to the end of this, and let's wrap things up. So there's a quick look at some of the tools that I'll be talking about, and I'll be diving into it more. If any of them piqued your interest, definitely subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments of this video, and if you have any questions or thoughts or even insights that you can share with me, hey, definitely put them in the comments. I'm looking to learn from you as well, and let's definitely build this community so that we can break down the barriers of, what AI is, feel a lot more comfortable with it, and definitely see some of the practicality from not only a professional standpoint, but even from a personal standpoint. And thank you again for sticking with me through the video here, and I look forward to sharing more content with you, and we'll hope to hear from you in the comments, and let's talk more there. Take care. Thank you.